She may have to holler. She can't find your link, so.
Everybody had trouble with the links this go around, and I don't know why.
Well,
We're ready to go when you are. I can resend it to her as well.
If you do that, that'd be great.
Sure.
All right. This is a special session of the Mayor and Council of the City of Bisbee, County of Cochise, State of Arizona, being held on Thursday, April 8th at 2021 at 6:02 p.m. by Zoom. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Lewis Pollock.
Here.
Councilmember Joni Giacomino.
Here.
Councilmember Frank Davis.
Here.
Mayor Ken Budge.
Here.
Councilmember Leslie Jones.
Here.
Councilmember Joan Hanson.
here.
Mayor Pro Tem Anna Klein.
Here. Did you hear?
City, yes. City staff Teresa Coleman, City Manager Ashley Coronado, City Clerk Joe Estes, City Attorney.
Thank you. We'll be moving right into our first agenda item tonight. This is discussion and possible acceptance of the resignation of Teresa Coleman, City Manager. I want to put the motion on the table and then we'll discuss it. I move to accept the resignation of Teresa Coleman pursuant to the mutual agreed upon separation agreement. Do I have a second?
I second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Open for discussion. Seeing hands. Frank, thank you.
I'd like to read something before we vote. Before we vote on whether or not to accept Ms. Coleman's resignation, I would like to ask a question. What problems are we solving for the City of Bisbee by accepting her resignation, or are we in fact creating more? During Ms. Coleman's tenure, she appears to have done a fine job of managing the day-to-day running of the city affairs and has gained the respect and support of the majority of the city employees. I would venture to say more so than any other previous city manager in recent history. She must be doing something right. I have been involved with the Design Review Board for a number of years. Shortly prior to Ms. Coleman's becoming the CM, the DRB was in disarray for various reasons. Joe Ward was doing his best to run it, but with all his other duties, he didn't have the necessary time to devote to it. Ms. Coleman, along with Nita Williams, took over the city liaison work, and it's been running great ever since. She didn't have to do this. She could have left it on Joe's plate. This is an example of her going the extra mile to help her people and that she cares. I think what we find in Ms. Coleman as a city manager is that she is proactive. She has been proactive in working with Step Up Bisbee NACO in developing affordable housing for essential professionals and employees, such as firemen, healthcare workers, and teachers. This is being done through the Bisbee Housing Initiative. This initiative is helping rehabilitate some of the derelict housing in Bisbee. She has also been acquiring tax liens on the advice of the city lawyer and consent of the council in order to protect the city sewer liens from being negated by someone else buying up the liens and foreclosing on the property. It seems to me that Ms. Coleman has become the fall guy for the problems that the city of Bisbee is facing. On the advice of the city lawyer at the time, she negotiated a new contract for the Bisbee Animal Shelter. Was she out of line in doing this? I don't think so. Could the process have been handled better? Perhaps. The issues with the city garbage collection, which have been greatly exacerbated by COVID protocol, the city sewer and the city stairs were all here before she came and will be after she leaves. She has made attempts to deal with these issues. These issues are now front and center before the council as they should be. I think that with closer consultation with the council, and these issues could have been dealt with in a less sensational manner. If Ms. Coleman were to stay on, I would work for better communication between the CM and the council. We should put egos aside and work for collaboration and communication. Now back to my question. We are on the eve of budget planning. If we accept the resignation, we'll once again have to search for a new CM and put in place a temporary one. We've had 3 CMs in the last 4 years. Not a great track record for the city of Bisbee, to say the least. Are we going to hire the magic one this time? what problems are we solving for the city of Bisbee by accepting Ms. Coleman's resignation? The major problem appears to me to be that the mayor feels he cannot work with Ms. Coleman, and Ms. Coleman feels that she is being undermined by the mayor. So the situation seems untenable. I think that accepting Ms. Coleman's resignation will do nothing to resolve the current issues before us, and I'm not sure whether another city manager will be able to do better. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Joan, go ahead.
I also have a statement I want to read. Frank has read about the accomplishments, so I will skip that. But I find this proceeding totally appalling. In case you missed it, the resignation of the city manager is not a voluntary one. It came after Mayor Budge gave her an ultimatum last Monday to resign or he would fire her. So this is a forced resignation. This is not Teresa's, it's Teresa's decision in the fact she's going to do this rather than go through a resolution process. But this is not a voluntary resignation. There was no regard for the staff's position of support for their CM. There was no regard for what Ms. Coleman has done in the past 2 years in accomplishing affordable housing and the other things that Frank has mentioned. But most importantly, Ms. Coleman has been adhering by the rules and regulations of the city ordinances. And this seems to be a sticking point for a few people in Bisbee. They don't want to abide by ordinances and they have voiced their objection to having to do so. The mayor wants the city manager gone. He is not willing to work with her regardless of the fact that Ms. Coleman is a strong and competent city manager doing what is required to be done with the skills that are needed to do it. Is everything perfect? Of course not. There's always room for improvement. People make mistakes. But it's unconscionable to force the CM to resign to the detriment of the staff and the city of Bisbee without trying harder to work together. Leadership includes being able to resolve differences and learning to work together. But that was never the intent, was it?
Thank you, Joan. Anyone else? Lou, go ahead. Thank you.
3 points I'd like to make. Number one, I'm unhappy with the way this crisis has developed. It was unprofessional, secretive, and lacking due process. Number two, Ms. Coleman has been an above average city manager. And number three, when asked directly by council members why she wanted to or what she wanted, she stated to remain city manager. Therefore, I refuse to accept her resignation.
Okay. Some of that was in executive session, but we'll let that go.
We can sue me.
Anyone else? Leslie, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I understand how heartbreaking this is. And I've had nothing but positive interactions with Teresa. And I have great things to say, but at the same time, I feel I cannot ignore the wishes of my constituents. And I feel like there's sort of this feeling among some people that these are rumors fueled on social media. And I just want to put it out there that the situation is very complex. And sometimes relationships break down to the point where moving on is the best thing for everyone. And I feel terrible about this, but this is, I feel like sometimes things can't be repaired and we may be in one of those situations. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you for that, Leslie. Anna or Joni, anything?
No, I have nothing to say.
Okay. Nothing from Anna. All right. As I stated before, I don't think going into this whole situation of the breakdown of my communications with the city manager is really going to accomplish much of anything. I don't want to air dirty laundry in any way, shape, or form, but I also want to let people know that this is not an easy decision on me. I've worked on this for months. I have not felt really part of what I think is my job for quite some time. So just I just feel I needed to move forward, and it's up to the council. This is not me alone. It takes 4 votes to do anything. And so I think that's where we're at now. So I'll call for a roll call.
I think you need a motion first, don't you?
I made a motion right when we
We
started.
have a motion made by Mayor and it was seconded by Councilmember Giacomino.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me.
Councilmember Pollock,
Nay.
Councilmember Giacomino,
Aye.
Councilmember Davis,
Nay.
Councilmember Johns,
Aye.
Councilmember Hanson,
Nay.
Mayor Pro Tem Klein,
Aye.
Mayor Budge.
Aye. Motion passes 4-3. So moved to accept the resignation. Thank you, Teresa. I do apologize it did come to this, but I'm happy that we can move forward. Thank you. All right, item number 2. This is a discussion of possible approval to go into a motion to go into executive session. So with that, I move that the mayor and council go into an executive session pursuant to PRS 38431-03A1 for the consideration of employment and appointment of an interim city manager.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, to move into executive session. So at this time, we'll log out and log into the
Let's have a vote. Can we have a vote on that real quick?
oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Thank
All
you.
those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
I go back out and do the
If-
one.
I know it's you. I know what you look like. You're okay.
I'll need to take a minute, I hope.
All right, we're ready to go.
All right. I entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
I move that we come out of executive session.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to come out of executive session. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Hearing none. So moved. Out of executive session, back into our special session on April 8th. Moving on to our next item, agenda number 3, which will be to appoint Ashley I make a motion to, I move to, we appoint Ashley Coronado as interim city manager.
Second.
I have a motion by the mayor, a second. Oh, you're not Joni. And is there any discussion? Seeing none, call for a vote.
Councilmember Pollock,
I'm going to cast a protest vote. Nay.
Councilmember Giacomino, Councilmember Giacomino, you're muted.
She's still away for a minute.
Okay. I will skip her for just a second. Councilmember Davis,
Aye.
Councilmember Johns,
Aye.
Councilmember Hanson,
I'm doing a protest vote also. Nay.
Mayor Pro Tem Klein,
Aye.
Councilmember Giacomino, are you back?
Yes, aye.
Mayor Budge,
Aye. Motion passes 5-2. So moved. I move that we adjourn the special session.
Second.
Second that.
All those in favor of adjourning this special session signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. So moved. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
Right, too.
Night.